Welcome to What at Liberty, where Wanderlust meets Afro-Caribbean wellness. Today I am buzzing with excitement to introduce you to our guest, Shemelia Arrindell, a beekeeper right here in Antigua, who also is a licensed esthetician and a manager at one of the region's most prestigious spas. Today we're getting into all things beekeeping, talking about wellness, health, and the bee economy in Antigua.
This is a frame for a brood box, and the brood boxes can also be used for honey, but it's just going to take the bee an excessively long time to fill out these frames, so the preference is generally a super frame, which is smaller in comparison.
Okay.
See? Visual comparison. So a bee box, as you're stacking them on top of each other, the base is hollow. I should show.
Yeah.
It's hollow so that the bees can pass through. And if you have a strong enough colony that you say, okay, you don't want them to breed anymore into all of the frames and you want the queen to only lay in one specific area, then you'd use something called a queen extruder. So the spaces are large enough for the worker bees to pass through, but not the queen bee. So then
okay. So
this is
stuck.
placed, yeah, so she's stuck below. This is placed underneath here, and she's stuck down there. And then the worker bees are only going to put pollen in this area, nectar in this area, and then turn it into honey. Okay. All right. So in addition to that, we have a few tools that come in handy. First things first, safety is always important.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not affected by My Girl, but some people are. You know that movie?
No.
You do know that movie with Macaulay Culkin. It's like from 1991, where he was stung to death, the little boy.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
You've never seen My Girl? Oh God. Stephanie, go watch My Girl. You'll cry, but anyway.
Yeah, no, I really don't know.
Really?
Okay, so people are traumatized by this movie.
Yes!
But you clearly are not.
I'm not.
Okay.
No. So anyway, so first things first would always be to gear up.
Okay.
Bee suit, full cover shoes,
Yes.
gloves. Stephanie, you got that, and your
hoods.
suit goes over your head, and so now you look like a total exterminator. But we're not exterminating the bees. We are actually saving and loving the bees. Okay.
Right.
All right. So these tools here, y'all can see them. Okay. Sorry.
You might have to pick them up.
Okay, these tools here, these are all used in the extraction process. This is used to, the bees, they produce something called propolis.
Okay.
That seals everything in. It's very good for, it's actually used in skincare, and it's antimicrobial, antifungal, antibacterial.
I feel like I've definitely seen it on the back of skincare products.
Yeah,
Okay.
so the propolis is actually what they use to seal everything in and out.
Okay.
And so it's often hard to open the frames.
Okay.
So you'd use either this, the Hive tool, or this to kind of wedge and remove the excess propolis from between the frames, so you can take the frames out, right? Right. And then these are used to, when you have a fully capped frame with
What
honey.
does that mean, capped? Like filled?
So filled, and then they cover it over with a wax so that the moisture will dry out, and then that's what makes it turn into honey. So it needs to be fully capped, the moisture level is out, and then it's honey. Otherwise, it's just nectar. If the water content is too high, then it's just nectar.
Yeah. All right. I have lots of questions when we get to the hive.
Okay. So this is used to like scrape off the excess cappings to open the frame with all the honey, and then you spin it in, or some persons, which is unfortunate, because they don't have the machine, they would then just take the whole honeycomb out and crush it and do an express method. But then that gives the bees more work, because then the bees now have to make new comb and new wax before they can get to the process of storing
so then it takes longer
food.
to get more honey.
Yeah. So it's better when you have the extracting devices rather than having to remove the whole comb. But also persons like to purchase honey in the comb.
Yes.
So it all depends. All right. And
what
then
about the brushes?
The brushes are just used, they're gentle, very soft. So they're just used to brush the bees out of the way so you can do your inspections.
Okay.
And then this is a queen cage. So when you find the queen, you'll trap her in here, or you'd use this one. I prefer this one because then I can gently push her to the top, so I'm able to mark her. And this is often, she doesn't sting.
Okay.
And this one is often used just to separate the queen from the hive, so you can do your inspections without damaging her, without any interruptions. And what would happen is that the bees would actually follow her, so you have more time to get done what you need to get done.
Very interesting.
Right? And then this is my mixture of sugar water that I'm going to give to one of my nuke boxes. So nuke box only has in 4 to 5 frames. It's a smaller hive until they're able to build up, and then I'll transfer them to a larger hive box.
What's this thing on top of the jar?
This is going to allow me to sit it into the box. So we'll see when we get there.
All right, and then the last
bit, this is wax. I purchased wax because it makes it easier for the bees to settle into an empty frame. This isn't how it's done actually, but just for quick demonstration, because you'd have to actually kind of fuse it in.
Okay.
But this is the basic concept, and that way it's a foundation for the bees to start working.
So like when you mentioned earlier, sometimes when people take out the comb with everything, this is a way to make that faster for them to get back. Okay. Yes,
or when you have a nuke. And that's a wax foundation, and then you have plastic foundation as well. Not all bees gravitate to the plastic foundation. So this is trial and error, but usually when I purchase the super boxes, it will come with this, and I test it out and see if they like it. If they don't, then it is what it is.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's that for now.
Okay, I'm excited. Let's go see some bees.
So now we'll gear up fully. Oh, actually, no, I forgot to show you the smoker.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So the smoker, and I'm gonna light that as well. The smoke is really, people say it calms the bees or whatever. It's really just to get them out of the way. It's just like anything else that happens with smoke. If you smell smoke, you want to move. Right. And so it's just to get them out of the way. Some people say it calms them. I've never really spoken to a bee. They've never really told me what happens, but I figure if you can't breathe, you're gonna get out of the way, so.
Okay, fair. Yeah, I've always heard that it calms the bees, but now they're saying, I was like, oh, okay, they probably just don't like it.
Yeah, exactly. That's my logical thinking. So I already have some stuff in here.
What do you usually put in the smoker? Is there anything
Dry
specific?
grass and paper.
Okay.
Yeah. You try not to use like any lighter fluid and so forth because the bees are so sensitive. But sometimes you cheat.
Okay, but for the most part, you want to keep it as natural
as possible. Correct. You know, that's best practice.
So how did you get started with beekeeping?
I don't know.
You just woke up one day and you're like, you know what I want? Some bees.
I've always loved bees. I call me weird, but I've just always loved bees. I've always been fascinated by them, and one day I saw a man who had hives, and I just went and visited him and asked him if I could and learn, and he said, yeah. His name is Dr. Langley, and yeah, I did that with him for a bit, and during the pandemic, or shortly after the pandemic, this not-for-profit called IHO, they were offering the beekeeping training program for women.
So that's when you got the official certification.
Yeah. During the pandemic, they offered, or shortly after the pandemic, they offered that program, and I did it, and It was funded by the Canadian and Australian governments, actually by the Equality Fund.
Okay.
And
yeah, shout out to the Equality Fund.
yeah. And so I did that, and I've just been practicing ever since. And call me weird, but my bees, I really don't use them for honey. They're just my pets.
Okay. So it's just more of a passion project rather than, you know, using them for the resources.
Yeah, for now. Eventually, I want to make it a full-fledged business, but right now it's just a hobby. It's just a thing I do. People always ask me, you don't have any honey yet? And I'm like, you know, I might, but I don't know, because I really am just like, I'm just a landlord and they're the tenants kind of vibe.
So I know in addition to beekeeping, you're an esthetician and you're a manager at a very prestigious resort. So how are some of the ways that you're incorporating what you're learning through beekeeping into the other aspects of your career?
So like I mentioned, the propolis is used in skincare in addition to royal jelly that's produced by the bees as well. Royal jelly is a high concentration of nectar, pollen, other substances that the bees feed to. They feed it to all of the baby bees, but it's fed in a higher concentration to whichever is selected to be the queen. And that is what actually distinguishes a queen bee from a worker bee.
Okay.
And in traditional Chinese medicine, royal jelly is believed to have anti-aging properties. And so it's actually harvested. It's actually a full-fledged business of harvesting royal jelly for sale, and it's pretty expensive too.
Do you know the price roughly or no?
No. I really need to get more into the business of beekeeping, but I just love the bees. I'm not trying to exploit them for all their goodness.
I feel like mostly here, when we think about bees and honey, we're using the honey for like teas or like sore throat, things like that, maybe anti-bacterial properties.
Yeah.
Do you know of any other like cultural or historical ways that we tend to use honey?
Honey is good for burns. It's very good for burns.
Yes.
And well, we use it in, you know, for sore throat, etc. So that's one of the uses of honey. But persons don't really use like the pollen and we've just gotten into the wax candle making. So persons start using the wax more for that purpose. But primarily just for sore throat, people use that here in Antigua. And it's not heavily incorporated into skincare here, you know?
I love face masks that use honey.
Yeah?
Like
But no one makes them. No one really does anything with honey, like commercially here. No, although no one is really making skincare products.
Fair.
Like that here locally. Okay, so we are ready to go with our smoker.
All right.
Okay. And in my business, I do not incorporate anything from the bees, just because it takes a bit of time to get to that level.
And, you mean at the spa?
Yeah, at my business as well. Okay. Ooh. Alright. So we are ready.
Oh, so now we fully suit up.
Yes, madame. Madame. Okay. Alright. Is that better?
Yeah, so that's much better. Ready?
Cool. Okay.
Swaggy.
Keep the matches.
All right, what do you need help with carrying?
Nothing.
Because you don't need this?
No.
Oh, okay.
Maybe just to have a bottle of water.
Yeah.
Do we need a bottle of water? Yeah.
Where is it?
It's okay. We don't need it. It's okay. It's okay. Right. Here we are.
So how actively do I need to?
We'll just leave it here. So as I was explaining earlier, this is what's called a nuke box. It is a smaller hive, like when you catch a swarm of bees that's just out in the wilderness, you would put them in here until they establish themselves, and then you transfer them to a larger box, which is known as a brood box. And on top of a brood box, as it grows, you can have 2 brood boxes if you want, to allow the queen to really build up a strong hive with a lot of bees, and then put that queen extruder in between your super. Or if you don't have supers, which would be the smaller box that I showed you, then you could just continue with another brood box with a queen extruder in between, so you'll have much larger frames with honey.
Okay, and again, that separator is what keeps the queen in one area, so that it's separating the worker bees
from the queen, so they can continue making honey, and she will continue to lay the eggs down below.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so you want to open one?
I'll let you open one first.
Okay, so just going to give them a bit of smoke. Let me see if I can, do I need to, can I crack it open? Yeah. So this is stuck down with what we call propolis, which is the resin from trees made up with a mixture of pollen and nectar. It's a bit stuck. I'm just gonna give it a little puff of smoke. And let it settle for a bit. You can puff the entrance so they go in. Everyone was wearing their gloves? Okay, perfect. Ooh.
Is that a good ooh?
It is. They're stuck to the...
Oh wow,
they've been
so
busy.
Many bees in here. I didn't know how many I was expecting to see, but...
They've been busy building new comb. And so this actually means that I need to... And there's honey, and it's already capped off. So I do need to do a little extraction and transfer them to put another frame in here. Anybody wants to have a look inside? Yeah, I do need to put a frame in here now.
Okay. Inside?
Yeah. Because this only has 2 frames, and they've already filled them in
and
capped off
it,
honey,
like you said,
and they're busy, pretty busy. They're not studying us at all. These are just a few guard bees, but they're good. And I'll put a frame in later.
Very cool. Every time they fly into the visor, I still flinch.
Hey, girl.
You want to turn it a little bit towards the... So what you're doing now is
I'm just going to remove a little bit of comb with honey for you to taste. So. Can hold this.
Are they going to come for it?
No, they have more than enough that... I'll get back to you this afternoon.
So then how often do you have to check on them? And how often do they usually end up capping the comb?
It depends on what's happening. So like we had a lot of rain the other day. So then the flowers are in bloom, there's pollen, there's nectar, so they're going to be busy. If we're in a dearth or dry season, then they're not going to be that active. And of course, you don't want to be taking honey from them at that time. So we might be coming up on a dry spell, so I would not be taking any honey from them.
Okay, so in Antigua, where it tends to be dry more often than not, how are some of the ways you can encourage honey production when there's no rain?
So like with me, I have water supply, but then generally farmers, they would have their water supply as well. And if you just leave the bees out in the wild, because they know what to do, right? This is just our way of intervening in their process so that we can get honey or whatever, right? But generally they know where to find the water sources. They fly 3 miles out, a 3-mile radius out from wherever the hive is, so they can find the water sources. And then when they find a good area, what they will do is communicate with the other bees, hey, where you can find water, where you can find good nectar, good pollen, etc. So they know what to do there, right? We're just always intervening as human beings because we think we're Lord of Lords, right? Yeah, so this hive definitely needs another frame, has some capped off honey in there. I'm certainly not going to rob them of that honey. I'm going to leave that there, but I do need to put some frames in so they can build in a more structured pattern, because as you can see, they were building on top of the cover. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Then how do you put in new frames but not take their honey? Because it looks like when you pull it out, it looks like everything is attached.
So I'm going to take that frame. Oops. Sorry. I'm going to take that comb and I'm going to put it on a frame, one of the frames that I showed you.
So you're transferring it to a different frame and then put it in.
Yeah, and what we do, we hold the frame in place with rubber bands and then just put it in there, and then they would seal it in. They would, they would secure it. Yeah, so they would secure it to the frame. So what's going on in this one? Huh? Yeah.
Very good.
Yeah. So this is capped off honey, as I mentioned earlier. So once the water content is low enough, and I guess they sensed the rain too, so they went back in. Yeah. So once the water content is low enough that it has evaporated, and the nectar will then turn into honey, and once they recognize that it's honey, they're going to cap it off for storage unless they are. And when they're ready to eat it, then they will remove the capping and eat the honey.
So then you take off the cap, or
no,
you bite
just bite into it. Just bite into it.
Oh, wow, it's so sweet. It's really sweet.
Yeah.
It's super, super sweet. This is really good honey. Good job, bees. Well done.
And it takes bees, a lot of work to make honey. They visit at least 3,000 to 5,000 flowers just to make honey that you see there.
And they do what? Like you throw away the...
Well, no, because that's the wax. Well, you can throw that away, but generally that's the wax that we're going to clean and make into candles and use for skincare.
This is super yummy. So then, does the environment around the bees impact the flavor of the honey?
Yes. So depends on what their nectar source and their pollen source is. The color, the taste will be different.
Man, yo, give me that glove there, please.
Certainly. Here.
I don't like this no more. These mad at it, honey.
So depends on what. So like in Antigua, we're known for the logwood trees. So we've branded, the Beekeeping Association has branded
oh Lord, no, I'm a mess. I'm like a kid. There's like honey all over the gloves, everything. I can't get it together. It's just slipping. Okay, so yes, you're saying the Logwood Association?
No, the Beekeeping Association. We've branded the Antigua honey logwood honey because we are known for our logwood trees. And
logwood being Tagalog or no?
No, logwood.
I don't think I know that tree.
You know it, you just don't know the name of it.
Okay.
It's all over in abundance in Antigua.
Okay.
Antigua and Barbuda. So our honey is branded logwood or wildflower honey. And then you have palm honey
Okay.
So let's, for instance, say a farmer has bees on his farm and he has a lot of coconut trees and palm trees, then most likely the source would be the palm trees, because the palm trees, they bloom a lot and they supply a lot of pollen, and the bees love it. So early in the morning, I'd come out and I'd see a whole bunch of bees on the palm trees, on the coconut trees, because the pollen from and nectar from the coconut trees, they love that as well. So primarily in Antigua though, it's logwood or wildflower.
Okay. Do you know how much of our honey we're exporting currently? Or is it just mainly for the local market?
Mainly for the local market. I can't give the statistics, but I do know that we import a lot of honey, so I cannot imagine that we're exporting anything of significance, if at all.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you know if there are any plans within the association to increase production to a scale where potentially we could not only serve our local market, but also have some for export?
So presently, the association, they're working on branding and trademarking and so forth, so that we can get it up to standard for the local market and then to export. And this is also being done with assistance from regional associations. So I'm hoping that within the next year or two, we'd be at that level. But then beekeepers are plagued with quite a number of challenges. 1, climate change. 2, perennial larceny. And 3, just the cost of acquiring supplies, the cost of labor. It may seem like it's not labor intensive, but it takes...
It already seems like a lot of work.
Well, I guess the way I do it, the way I do it, it's just, you know, a hobby for me. But realistically, for it to be a sustainable business, it does take a lot of inputs before you can start generating that revenue. But the cost of honey, some places, honey is like $20 a pound, $30 a pound. In Barbados, I know it's very expensive per ounce. So, you know, it can be profitable, but there's a real significant initial capital investment that is needed to then get it to that point. And of course, it is dependent not on necessarily your labor or anyone else's labor, but on the bees, right? Yeah.
You mentioned perennial larceny. What is that?
That's basically theft within the agricultural industry. So that's what is called perennial larceny. So anyone who's stealing not just bees or but stealing vegetation, stealing animals, it's classified as perennial larceny.
Okay, well, I learned a new term today. Okay.
All right.
So what are some of the other maintenance activities that you would do with your bees?
So primarily, I just check to make sure that the hive is strong, the queen is laying, and there's no like pests. One of the things like small wax beetles or that worm, moth, wax moth.
What
There's
that
a
moth
specific.
do?
It eats the wax. It loves the wax, actually. So it invades the hive and then it eats the wax. And the comb and the wax is where the bees do everything, right? They lay their eggs, they store their food, everything. So if you have something that's eating their home, then they have nowhere to live.
Right.
So then naturally the bees are just going to swarm and leave the hive, and you lose your bees. And the wax moth also eats the frame. So then that's also messing with your supplies, correct. So this is a hive that I got recently. So I just want to see if I can find the queen, see how they're laying, how she's laying, and what's happening there.
So is each of these boxes its own hive?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
So there's a queen in each of these?
There's a queen, there should be a queen in each, yes. Okay. I'm just going to take some frames out, take the frames out of this and do a quick inspection to see if I find the queen. And when we find her,
we'll use that clip.
Yeah, just to separate her from the hive a bit and to continue inspecting it.
Okay.
And bees are very clean, so they do a lot of maintenance in the hive. And that's why as a beekeeper, I don't interfere with them much. They know what to do, right?
Right.
This is what they've been doing for hundreds of thousands of years. Okay, so they haven't done anything on this frame. I might need to put a foundation on it, but they've been, let me put that there.
So if someone wants to get started in beekeeping, what are the minimum things in terms of equipment that they would need to get started?
A suit, a box, and a smoker.
Okay.
And the confidence?
The confidence, yes.
Okay, so they are building what we call crazy comb. The comb has no order, and if you can see,
yeah, it's kind of just
on both
yeah.
frames. So this is going to need some attention for me to sort this out.
Okay.
So both. I need to pick up both frames. Okay, so the queen is definitely in here. She's laying, and
which one is the queen?
So can't see the queen as yet, but what we can see, this is capped brood, which is baby bees. But then if you look further down, you can see like larvae.
Okay.
So they're gonna cap that off, and you can see smaller. The sizes vary. So I know that the queen is in here. She's healthy. She's laying, and so this hive is good. And then there's capped off honey on the outer rim.
Okay.
All right.
But then this is where you said sometimes you might want to separate where she's laying from where they're making.
Well, no, this is fine because this is just a nuke box. When we get to a full brood box and then start building up, then yeah. Okay. But this is just still a nuke box. I only have 5 frames in here, and they haven't even touched this one as yet. And there's no order to this one. So definitely need to come in and do some maintenance work.
Okay.
When I get the time. But for now, they're healthy, they're doing their thing. No, I don't see her as yet. She's marked with an orange.
Oh, I see her.
You see her? Oh, yes, there she is. Right there, she's marked with an orange.
Right where her finger is pointing, there's a little orange.
And she's gonna go hiding.
Yeah, she's climbing under now. She went in between.
In between, so yeah. So good that I spotted her. So I know everything is going well in this hive except the order. And I just might not interfere with it because because it's a strong hive. There are all these brood and everything that I don't need to interfere with it until I'm ready to transfer to a bigger box. Instead of putting them through the trauma of trying to organize this and then when I'm ready to transport, which would be soon, putting them into another box. So we're gonna just put this one in.
So how many weeks has it been since you started this box?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm the worst at this. Oh my God. You're asking me tough questions here. I can check back in my phone and give you an answer because I recorded when I did it all. But honestly, girl, I do not know. Like I said, this is all just a hobby for me. This is just, these are my pets.
Your tenants, as you said.
Yeah.
So if you're doing this commercially, how many more boxes would you need?
So doing the math on it, I need about 50 boxes.
Wow.
With 3 to 4 supers, so I can get, this is also not, it's all stuck together. I really should give them some space. One moment. Stuck to the side of the box as well. Just gonna use my hive tool.
on a good day, how long would it take for you to go through each of these? I know it's taking longer because we're here and you're explaining things.
I'd spend like an hour with the bees.
Okay, that's pretty fast. Well, it seems like not that long.
And try not to stress them out either, because, you know, somebody's coming into your house, taking you out, moving you around. So try not to stress them out. Try not to stay more than 10 minutes in a box.
Okay.
And yeah, so the queen is really laying in this one as well. Oh, there's a bee coming out now. Trying to find her way out. Oh, it stung. It stung. Yeah, but it stung the thing.
Oh, Jesus. All right, so you're gonna put this one back.
Okay.
We're gonna put that, set that down nice and gentle. Like.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't want no excitement.
Have you ever been stung before? Huh? Okay.
Yeah, so one of the things, I have a lot of allergies.
Yes.
Tremendously.
Okay.
And I've never been stung.
So you don't know?
So I don't know.
Oh, that's a real problem. Yes, that's definitely one of the contraindications to becoming a beekeeper.
Yeah.
You don't know what would your reaction be.
But like with some of my allergies, I've actually been advised to take like bee pollen and stuff like that.
Oh, well then you're good.
Yeah, and try and take local honey from whatever area you're in because it helps, especially with the seasonal allergies.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to check this hive because something weird is going on in here.
What do you mean? Something
the entrance weird? Of the hive has a lot of melted wax. You can come around. You can come around.
And what does that signify?
You can come around.
Oh, I was looking at this one on the glove, and I'm like, please don't like come through the glove.
Oh. No, it's because the honey is on it. What you do? You're like, no. So, I don't know how the song goes.
I'm just following what you're doing. I don't know.
Oh yeah, under the red Anyway, all right. So what I have here is some cleaned and rendered wax. So the bees will make wax, and this is where they would put pollen, they put nectar that will then dehydrate into honey, they lay their eggs, everything happens in the honeycomb. After we've extracted honey from the honeycomb, it's usually dirty because it has a lot of dead bees, it has a lot of just particles from living in the comb, and you'd melt it, you'd wash it a few times, strain it, let it harden, and then you get wax. And this is what we use to make candles, skincare products, lip balm, soaps, etc. And beeswax goes for roughly about 20 EC a pound. So it's very valuable, but it takes a lot of effort for bees to make wax, first of all, and then for them to fly from flower to flower to collect nectar and to collect pollen to then make honey, right? Which we love so much. But just an FYI, honeybees are not the only pollinators, as you know. We're pollinators, insects are pollinators, other insects are pollinators, ants, dragonflies, bats are pollinators, you know, but we have a love-hate relationship with honeybees because we love the honey, but we hate being stung, right? So just an FYI, there are many other pollinators, and honeybees are not the only types of bees. There are bumblebees, there are carpenter bees. You know, it's a whole species, a whole community of pollinators. Butterflies are pollinators as well.
Oh, that makes sense,
you know, but we love the bees. They're the Beyonce and the Kim Kardashian of pollinators, I guess, because we love honey, right? All right. So what we have here is capped comb, which translates into honey. So of course you can have a taste of that. You know, the vibrational frequency of beehives help with stress relief and the lowering of cortisol levels and help with anxiety. In most of the Scandinavian and European countries, that is a therapy that's practiced. You can actually go into a bee house, lay on top of the hives, and just feel the vibration and listen to the bees. In addition to that, you can also inhale the aroma of the hives, and that helps with also stress relief, helps with anxiety. So most of these are European practices, and they have studies to show that they do work, especially in the case of stress relief. Another thing is beekeepers, it's been shown that beekeepers live a bit longer. From the bee stings, they build up antibodies that would help to fight diseases and fight bronchial diseases, cold infections, and so forth from being stung so frequently.
I feel like I read something recently about cancer research and bee venom.
Bee venom, yes, that as well. So the bee venom, there's research being done with that, but in terms of just building up antibodies, the bee venom helps with that. And so it's been shown that beekeepers, they either don't get certain illnesses or they live a bit longer than persons who have the same lifestyle patterns as them, except not being a beekeeper. So those are some of the wellness benefits of becoming a beekeeper without having to even delve into the benefits of honey.
All right, well, Shemelia, thank you so much for having us today and teaching us all about bees.
My pleasure.
Very interesting. Yes. I learned a lot. If anybody is interested in reaching out to Shemelia to learn more about beekeeping, feel free to message her on Instagram at Zen Apiary.
Yep.
And we'll put all of her contact information in the description.
Sure, yes. It was a pleasure. I'm always happy to share the knowledge and to learn from others as well.
All right, okay. That's a wrap.
Oh, identity, feel the vibe. Stretch your soul, let your spirit thrive. Wellness calling, step inside. Oh,